Hello everyone, I'm Miller from Invictus Studio, and today I'll show you how you can make this effect in DaVinci Resolve all by yourself. Without any delaying, let's get started. So here I have prepared my video that I want. I have my music and my sound effect. Okay, and the first thing that I need to do is to freeze the frame where I want effect to take effect. And to do so, make sure that this is on. Go to here, end of your clip, and go one frame back. Cut it while still selected with Ctrl B. Select this small part and choose Change Clip Speed by right-clicking and freeze frame. And now zoom in as much as you need and expand so it covers the length that you need, like this. Okay, too much. There we go. So the next thing we need to do is to go to Effects and choose Adjustment Clip. We need to cut the adjustment clip to our liking. And now let's go layer by layer. The first thing that we need to add is the expansion or distortion from the center, and that is done by adding a dent effect like this. And there are a couple of things to be changed. First of all, I want sine type. Second of all, this is a bit too strong. And now we need to animate it. So at the beginning of the clip, it should be 0. And at the end of the clip should be 0. Animated strength. No, we don't know. We need to be 4. And we need size to be 0. Like this. Go to the end and change the size to 0 as well. Now, in the middle of the clip somewhere, let the size be 1. This is boring, so let's go make some sort of easing, and to do so, we'll go a couple of frames forward and set it to 0.9. We'll go somewhere like this, and let's see how it looks. Okay, this is good. If you want expansion to start later or to end sooner, you can just adjust to your liking. Now, the second effect I want to add is camera shake. Let's see. Okay, the speed, the scale is almost alright. I need to be a bit lower. And the scale, or how much the camera shakes, is too much for my liking. Okay, I like it. The next thing I want to add is, if you look carefully when analyzing the original video, it sort of zooms in and zooms out. So we'll go first, we'll keyframe 1 here. We'll go couple of frames forward and zoom in really hard, and let's see if the zoom should be still 1 at the end, how it looks. Here I would go 1.2 to add that snap. Okay, that is good. And the last thing is a bit of rotation. Keyframe it like here, like this. Go to this. Go one direction, like minus 3.5. Okay, let's go minus 7. Nice. Let's go here. Here towards here towards 5, and here towards 1. So the basic thing that I done here is move it in one direction, ensure that this white border does not cross into this frame right here, or it will start to clip. So we can go to the next step, and that is the coloring process. And the basic is that we will have several color inversion, different type. Every color inversion is different type. And since we are using nodes, we need to use the value to determine which one is active and which is not. And the first thing that we need to do is add inversion color node. If you want your color node to automatically be connected, you need to select the node and then with shift space add the node. That is alright. Let's disable it for now. Go again. We'll choose this color. Okay, after you're done everything, every inversion is a different type. We will go to the first one and see where we need to start blending. And as I can see, it's around 120 frames. So every 30 frames to be equal, we need to change colors. So 175, 205. We go here. Effect is 1. We go 5 frames later. It is 0. Okay. So we go to this one. It's 0 here, but it's 1 here. We go 30 frames again. It's 1. And it is 0 5 frames later. And rinse and repeat. Okay, we have nice transition. Move it like this. And now I want to create mask so that expansion of color matches the expansion of the circle in the middle. So to do that, we will add an ellipse mask like this, connect it to this node right here. Okay, increase the soft edge. It's good to me. And now to match it, we go to our adjustment layer and see in the dent modifier, I think it's modifier, I don't know the exact name, and see where the expansion starts at frame this exact, it's 0. We go here, we select 0. Next frame, when everything is expanded, it is 1, but since it is a circle, setting it to 1 won't cover entire screen, so we need to go like 1.5. Let's see if I did it. Hold down the arrow key. And now go to this value right here. Connect this node right here. So this inversion node starts disappearing, and let's animate it. At this frame, it should be 1.5. And at the next frame, it should be 0. And let's see how it looks. There are two things left I want to add. The first one is to make so that when the time is stopped, basically, that everything is black and white. So let's go easy and then harder. The easy way for this clip is to go here to color tab, go to this tab right here and reduce its saturation to 0. Now it's black and white. But since this clip right here is interacting with adjustment layer, I cannot just simply select this part right here and reduce its saturation. I need to go to adjustment clip, go to Fusion and add a hue node like this. Now we will be using a separate mask since we are inverting everything. So copy this, select outside with left click and paste it so it is not connected to any of these strings, and connect it to this one. First we will choose everything to be below this because that is the way to make it colorless, as you can see, but everything is colorless like this, so we need to go here. Actually, we can just copy this. I don't know what was saying. Just invert everything, so when it moves, everything outside is black. And here, I don't want this mask to be active at all, so just delete these keyframes and this keyframe right here, which we used here to signify when the circle expands. We'll set it to be at size where everything is covered. So if we go here, now the more effects you add, the harder it is for DaVinci to process, so you need to slow it down. You can either render or you can just hold the arrow key to get a approximate real-time response. Okay, you can also just tap the arrow keys. It is good to me. And the last step, which is the most demanding for a PC, is to add a warp node, connect it to this mask node, and now we need to distort it so it looks like the time and space continuum is getting distorted. So I wanted to have a spinny effect. The important thing here is that you do not move any of these border dots by accident. That will make the clip clipping, and we will not be able to fix it unless you go back to this step and don't do it. Okay, let's press this to see how it looks. Okay, as you can see, this is what I was talking about. You don't want it to happen even by accident, and that is alright. And that should be it. I cannot run it in real time. Computer will not render it. Sorry. And to save your effect, you can just go in one of your power bins, drag the adjustment clip in. So I will rename this one time stop clip, and after I delete this one, I can just place this one and the effect will be still the same, and you can use it for any of your clips that you want. That will be it for this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like. If you want me to cover something else to make a new effect, leave down the comment. If you don't want to miss any of future videos, ring the bell. It means a lot to us. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.